Hey everyone, welcome to the Doctor of Stuff channel. I'm your host, Dr. Stuff. You can call me Doc. I'm a crypto and stock trader with a background in financial analysis. As a disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I am not your financial advisor. And no, I am not a real doctor. Before we get into it, I would love it if you could smash, push, crush, or even gently caress that like button, subscribe, and all notifications button. That would be wonderful. Thanks. So let's get into it. The VeVe market is down. It has been going down for quite some time. My portfolio, like many of yours, it's hurting. It's hurting. And because of that, a lot of people have been frustrated. And I think that a lot of people thought that once KYC was fully implemented, that there would be this flip of the switch and that people would stop selling for below retail on drops, or that the market was going to pump because of that. And it didn't happen. And so people have been frustrated, and they've started making demands on Twitter to the VeVe team, like they need to implement the OUP or the OMI utility program, the master collector program, that they should lower the mint sizes, and even that they should bring back the bots. I've made this video to help people remember why they got into VeVe in the first place and provide a broader and longer term perspective. And hopefully by the end of it, you'll see why I'm so bullish on VeVe, even during this massive decline. And also stick around for the end, where I give Doc's dose of wisdom, which I think really encapsulates everything that I'm going to talk about here and the mindset that we should be having. So first off, let's talk about the decline in VeVe collectible prices and why I'm not worried about it. So the first reason is I think we need to take a step back and realize that it's not just the VeVe market that's down. The crypto and NFT markets as a whole are down. And just to give you an example of that, I want to share this with you. So did a little looking around, right? You've got Bored Ape Yacht Club here, and this is their history, the price history. And we're going to look at kind of the all-time high. Now, I don't want to look at this right here, this little blip here. There wasn't a lot of sales. It was 5 sales. And when I looked at that, it really was some of the rarer Bored Apes. So I didn't feel like that was a real good indication of what the average sales price was for your typical Bored Ape. So if we go back here, let's see, to April 30th, I think it was. Yeah, here we go, April 30th. Average price all-time high, 167 ETH, 168 ETH, right? And where are we today? And mind you, right, when back in April 30th, ETH was a lot higher. I took a look, and it was about $2,700 is what ETH was. So when you multiply those two together, you get about 450 grand for the average sales price at their high of the market. And now you can see number of sales, 393 ETH. ETH is around $1,700. So it's about 130, 150K, somewhere around there. Pretty steep decline. I mean, we're talking like a 65% decline in 3 months. Okay. Moonbirds, another pretty big NFT project, the same thing. All-time high of around 131,000, currently sitting at 28,000. So that's just a couple of examples of what's happening in the NFT market, right? I looked at VeFriends. I looked at a lot of the major ones, and all of them have experienced massive declines like this. Then you go over to crypto, right? I just gave you an example of ETH. I mean, ETH hit an all-time high of, and it's been a while, but $4,800, and now it's down to $1,600. It dropped into the 800s. And then you had Bitcoin, all-time high of 69,000. And it dipped all the way to around 18,000. It's at like 23,000 now, but those are significant declines. And so where I'm going with all of this is the fact that VeVe's not in a vacuum, and it's not just VeVe that's experiencing this massive declines. It's the whole crypto market and the NFT market as well, right, that are experiencing. I say the whole in general. There are definitely some projects that are pumping, but over the last 6 months, there's been some substantial declines in all those markets. So why are these markets down? I think we have to take a step back and look at the macroeconomics, like what's happening around the world right now. You've got war, you have inflation, you have an increase in interest rates, you have for the crypto and NFT market in general, the SEC's regulation by enforcement, the collapse of Luna, the bankruptcies of Celsius and Voyager. I mean, these are massive, massive events that have had a significant impact on crypto and NFTs as a whole. So why is VeVe down? Well, I think that those are also factors that are impacting VeVe. But is it only because the bots left, or is it even because the bots left? No, it's not because the bots left. The bots are not at fault. Look, bots cause a lot of issues. They cause a lot of issues, but there's a lot of other reasons why the VeVe market is down, and bringing back the bots is not going to help the market. So can we just, let's just end that there, right? The bots have hurt the system. They made it so average Joes like you and me, we could not get the drops. They were getting all the drops, and then they were flooring, right? Because they're just trying to flip and make the cash and peace out. And so they would land the majority of these drops for quite some time, and they were all undercutting each other. So the commons and commons rares typically sold for under retail, and then they would sell the ultra rares or the secret rares at a premium and basically make up all of their losses that they had on those other rarities. And then it was you and me who were buying, if we're trying to complete sets or we really liked the drop, well, we were buying it on the secondary market at those higher prices. And we weren't ever able, it was very hard for people like you and me if we wanted to flip, because we couldn't get that retail price and then sell it at a premium. We were just buying things off the market. Now, every once in a while we could snipe a low mint or things, but as a whole, the bots have hurt the system. I am so glad they're gone. Stop asking VeVe to bring back the bots. And maybe it's a joke, maybe it's not, but no. The answer is no. VeVe should not bring back the bots. All right, end rant. So why am I pumped about VeVe right now then, right? With all these prices down, why am I making this video? Well, first of all, to address the fact that we shouldn't have the bots, but then I kind of want to help people remember why they came into VeVe in the first place, why I came into VeVe in the first place. And this is why I'm still, even with prices down right now, I'm still buying and I'm still excited, and why I decided to make this my first video. VeVe has massive IP. Can we just say, look, they just announced that they are dropping Amazing Fantasy 15. The very first NFT of this comic book on the blockchain. And VeVe is releasing it, right, in partnership with Marvel. So I'm sure most of you have looked it up, and maybe you haven't, but a graded 9.6 copy of Amazing Fantasy 15 sold for $3.6 million, making it the most expensive comic in history to date. And we are getting a super limited edition, which I believe is going to be around 10,000 editions. If you look back at when VeVe has used that terminology of super, it's been 10,000 editions. And we don't know the price yet. I doubt it's going to be $7. We do have Star Wars where they sold at $15 at, off the drop. So it could be $50, but heck, it could be $60 for the 60th anniversary. Whatever it is, 10,000 editions, it's going to sell out. It's going to sell out. And this is massive. This is historical. And this is what VeVe brings to the table. This is what really drew me to VeVe, is all of these massive IP partnerships that they have. So that hasn't stopped, right? And in fact, there's so many more partnerships that David Yu has alluded to that have millions and millions of followers across social media platforms that they haven't even announced yet, right? That's a big deal. I also want to point out the fact that I was so pumped when they got Marvel and then obviously Disney, the parent company of Marvel. And I just want you guys to think about this. I guarantee you, as much as I can guarantee anything, that Disney had the pick of the litter when it came to what NFT platform they wanted to go with. I am sure that all of the NFT platforms were like, oh, please pick me. And after they did what I would imagine to be extensive due diligence, they selected VeVe. That is so big, and that matters. And they're still doing drops through VeVe. And even Alex G said, Rev Alex G, if you don't, you should follow him on Twitter. He just provides a lot of insights. He's a lot of fun and really keeps things lively in this space. But he had said that there's a roadmap there with Disney. So they've got all of these plans that they've worked out. So they have Disney, and Disney stuck with them, and Disney selected them. I just want to bring that back up, right? So even though prices are down, sometimes we need this longer term vision. On top of all of that, there's still so many milestones that haven't been hit yet that make me say long term again, wow, there's still so much to come. We do have the Master Collectors program that they've released, they've talked about, but they haven't implemented it yet. Then we have the OMI utility program. I believe that is going to bring a lot of crypto people to the space. I mean, I'm so excited for it, and you'll be able to utilize OMI and finally tie the token to the VeVe app. That's exciting, right? We've got more partnerships, like I just mentioned. Marketing. The marketing really hasn't started. We're going to see marketing so strong, it's going to hit us like a ton of bricks in the face. All right, those are not the words of anyone on the VeVe team. Those are my words. But I can just imagine they have to wait until they've rolled out certain things on the platform for the marketing to make sense. But it's going to come. It's going to come. And then finally, the VeVeverse. That is going to be incredible. When I watched Ready Player One, if you haven't watched it, it's a phenomenal show, and really is all about the metaverse, right? And in the metaverse, there are all of these different brands all over the place. And if you think about it, I don't know if there's going to be one metaverse or a lot of metaverses. I imagine there's going to be a lot of metaverses. But the ones that are going to be most desirable, right, are the ones that you can go to and all of your favorite brands are already there. Well, what's the NFT platform that's creating their own metaverse that has all of these partnerships? It's VeVe. That's a big deal. That matters. It matters to me. Finally, the VeVe team also is and it keeps me bullish. I don't know what else to say. I mean, you have David Yu, and I had researched David Yu and looked into him, but it wasn't until I actually heard him talk on Spaces. He jumped on this space. Shout out to True in the Twitter space. She was actually hosting the space. David Yu jumped in, and he told us a lot about his background and when he started collecting, and that just won me over. Collecting is in this guy's DNA. Ever since he was a kid, he started with stamp collecting, just went from there. He's built many successful businesses. This guy travels the world collecting pieces. What other NFT platform has that? None of them do. And that is so massive when you now have this digital collectibles platform, right, that they are building out, and at the head of the helm is someone who knows that, and it's in his DNA. That's exciting. Then you have Dan Crothers. I mean, you look at this guy's resume, and really all he's done is co-founded successful company after successful company after successful company. So really excited about that. And you look at how far he's on the tech side, and you look how far the app has come, and all of the things that they're implementing there. And I can't help but be excited about that. So finally, you have Alfred Kahn, right? Alfred Kahn, who goes around. I mean, this guy is known worldwide for bringing pocket monsters, aka Pokemon, Ninja Turtles, Cabbage Patch Kids, to America. And to the masses. He really made these world-renowned brands, and he's definitely has been working with VeVe, and is one of the reasons why VeVe was able to land so many of these major licensors, right? So the VeVe team, just incredible. So all of these things together really have me sticking around and buying the dip, or what I thought was the dip, and what I thought was the dip when I thought it was the dip. I don't even know. Is this the dip? Are we in the dip? Where's the dip? I can't wait to get out of the dip. But the dip is still here, or it's about to come. anyways, I'm still buying, and I'm still really excited about VeVe and all it has to offer. So I just want to end with that. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and remember that none of this is intended as financial advice. I would love it if you could hit that like, subscribe, and all notifications buttons if you haven't already, as well as I'd love for you to comment on your thoughts as whether or not you think, number one, VeVe should bring back the bots and why, if you think that they should, and whether or not you think VeVe is going to be successful long-term with all of the things that I just laid out there. And then, like I promised at the beginning of this video, I'd like to leave you with Doc's dose of wisdom, which statement is attributed to the investing guru himself, Warren Buffett, which is this: be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. And I'd say this: the majority of people are fearful right now. There is this excitement right now with Amazing Fantasy 15, but what happens after that goes away? What happens to all the rest of the prices? I don't know, but right now, as a whole, most people are fearful, and that's why I'm trying to be greedy. So again, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to putting out more content going forward. Thanks so much.